Hey everyone, today let's know about the connection between a serial killer and a famous children's rhyme, the Muffin Man. Let's start the video, but before that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Nearly everyone who grew up with the nursery rhyme Ring Around the Rosie learns the twisted theory behind its origin, that it's really a description of the bubonic plague, specifically the Great Plague of 1665. The explanation's popularity greatly exceeds its standing with folklore scholars. The current lyrics weren't published until 1881, that the fall originally corresponds to a gracious movement which applies just as well as the plague theory. Despite the rhyme's centuries-long history and variations, the plague theory didn't appear until 1961. A similar tension between myth and scholarship exists with the Muffin Man, another beloved nursery rhyme. In the book The Singing Game, the written record of the Muffin Man can be tracked back to 1820 and describe it as the most eccentric of the eccentric ring games. The lyrics are a reference to the street sellers who offer cheap muffins and crumpets to poor Victorians. But a theory widespread on the internet tells of a coded memory of London's first serial killer. A baker named Frederick Thomas Linwood, a resident of Drury Lane, would use his wares to lure children into an alleyway and kill them. His victims numbered close to 15 children and 7 rival bakers between 1589 and 1598. The serial killer interpretation of the Muffin Man has plenty of traction. A quick Google search generates scores of results that repeat the claim without question. It's made its way into news outlets which not only included Frederick Thomas Linwood in its story, but mentioned his second moniker, the Drury Lane Dicer. Further research leads to the apparent origin of the Linwood Muffin Man story. A website called Uncyclopedia, a parody website, is the only source of the serial killer explanation for the Muffin Man. It's the only record of Frederick Thomas Linwood to ever have been existed. The oldest confirmed serial killer in English history is Mary Ann Cotton, and she didn't have any connection to muffins. She was also active several hundred years after the Linwood story claims the Muffin Man killer prowled the streets of London. At most, it could be said that a variant lyric substituting Dorset Lane for Drury Lane puts the Muffin Man at the scene of one of Jack the Ripper's killings. But that's hardly the only street name used in place of Drury Lane in the rhyme's history, and there's no evidence that the Dorset Lane variant went with that street because of the notorious serial killer. Evidence for a sinister serial killer origin for the Muffin Man is extremely slim, in fact, practically non-existent. But at least one group of filmmakers independently decided to put a dark spin on the rhyme. One of the more famous scenes in Shrek in the year 2001 sees Lord Farquaad torturing Gingy the gingerbread man. The Muffin Man is a piece of information Gingy is willing to give up to save his gumdrop buttons. When the Muffin Man appeared in Shrek 2 in the year 2004, he was untouched by Lord Farquaad and bore no resemblance to a serial killer. But he did get a horror movie type scene in which he creates Mongo, the giant gingerbread man that lets Shrek infiltrate the castle. Well, that's it for today. I hope you're liking Nerdies discoveries. Can't wait for the next video to learn more and be fascinated about. See you on the next. Bye.